Hello, my name is Daniel Dominguez, and I'm doing the history of Allstate Insurance. Allstate Corporation is a holding company of Allstate Insurance Company, the second largest property and casualty insurance company by premiums in the United States. Allstate controls about 12% of the U.S. home and auto insurance market, second only to State Farm insurance companies. In addition, Allstate Life Insurance Company offers life, annuity, and pension products, and its business insurance offers select coverage to small and medium businesses. Allstate's 20 million customers are served by 15,200 full-time captive agents and thousands of independent agents in the United States and Canada. Personal and property casualty accounts for over 3/4 of Allstate's revenue, and life operations account for 15%. In June 1993, Sears, Roebuck & Co. offered nearly 20% of Allstate's stock to the public in the largest initial public stock offering in U.S. history, making Allstate the nation's largest publicly held personal property and casualty insurance company. The remaining 80% of Allstate became publicly owned in 1995 when Sears spun the rest of the company off to its shareholders. The idea of Allstate came during a bridge game on a commuter train in 1930 when insurance broker Carl Odell proposed to his neighbor Sears, president and CEO, the idea of selling auto insurance by direct mail. Odell suggested that selling insurance by mail could sharply reduce costs by eliminating commissions paid to salesmen. The idea appealed to Wood, and he passed the proposal on to Sears' board of directors, whose members were intrigued by the concept. Allstate Insurance Company, named after an automobile and tire marketed by Sears, went into business in 1931, offering auto insurance by direct mail and through Sears' catalog. Rosenwald was Allstate's first chairman of the board, and Odell was named vice president and secretary. The company's early success proved Odell and Wood were correct with regard to cost cutting. Selling primarily through Sears' regular catalog, Allstate took in $118,323 in premiums and on 4,217 policies in 1931, with a staff of 20 employees based in Sears headquarters in Chicago. Although the company showed underwriting losses the first 2 years of operation, by 1933 it earned a profit of $93,000 from 22,000 active policies. That year, the first sale was made by Allstate agent and completed from Sears booth in Chicago's World Fair. In 1934, Allstate opened the first Parliament sales office in Chicago's Sears store, making the beginning of the transition from direct mail to agents as a principal avenue of sales. The use of Sears stores enabled the company to keep a little on cost, even with the added expense of agents' commissions. Allstate's growth through the remainder of the Depression was slow but steady. By 1936, the company's premium volume had reached 1.8 million. Revenues from the premiums more than tripled by 1941, reaching 6.8 million from over 189,000 policies in force. In 1943, James Barker was named chairman of Allstate's board. The United States participation in World War II slowed Allstate's growth somewhat, since automobile production and uses were curtailed. New legislation, however, helped pave the way for the period of explosive growth and the company would experience after the world's end. In 1941, when only about a quarter of U.S. drivers had auto liability insurance, the law was passed in New York that firmly established the financial responsibility of drivers for damage or injuries resulting in auto accidents. New York's law inspired a flurry of legislation in other states, and by the mid-1950s, nearly every state has some sort of financial responsibility law on the books. During the 10-year period after World War II, Allstate grew at a phenomenal pace, nearly doubling its size every 2 years. There were 327 Allstate policy holders paying premiums totaling over 12 million in 1945, and by 1955, Allstate sale has risen to 252 million, with more than 3.6 million policies in force. Growth was facilitated by a change in the company structure that was implemented in 1947 That year, Allstate decentralized its operation, adopting a three-tiered structure. Research and policy development were conducted by Allstate's home office. Its own office were created to interpret company directives and in turn oversee the regional offices where the programs were put into effect. Some regions were further organized into distinct services offices and local sales service centers. The restructuring extended to the first foreign office as well. Allstate became an international company in 1953 when the first Canadian office opened. Along with the restructuring in 1947, introduction of the illustrated policy, which simplified the language of policies and added pictures to enhance customers' understanding of their coverage and facilitated growth. Thank you. Have a